Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Pirate Master Murdoch, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you what you should be looking at when you buy a pirate in Pirate Nation. So first things first, there are three different marketplaces where you can buy pirates. There's Open Seas, there's Blur, and then there's the Trove marketplace, which doesn't have very many pirates listed on it last time I checked. So make sure you just stick to Open Seas or Blur for now. And let's jump straight into it. So I'm going to show you guys Open Seas first, just because I feel like it's easier, and you can click this, you can get items and ships, and it's all in one spot, so no jumping back and forth. So first things first, you're going to click on whatever pirate you want. I'm just going to click on this floor pirate just to show you guys. So when you click on the pirate, first things first, you're going to want to head right over to the traits here, and the traits you really want to be looking at are the elemental affinity. So this pirate here is an air affinity, and there are 5 affinities in the game, which you'll see in the graphic in a second. So boom, right here's the graphic. So as you can see, there are 5 affinities. There's lightning, there's air, there's water, there's fire, and there's earth. So when you're thinking of affinities, think of Pokemon typing, how there's different typings that are super effective and not very effective. And the same thing applies here. So the graphic will show you pretty much what affinity counters what. And that is something you want to consider when buying a pirate. The next thing you really want to consider is you want to click on the levels here, and in the levels here you'll see a bunch of different things. First thing you want to look at is the expertise ID right here, and you'll see that it is 4 out of 5, and you might be wondering, what does 4 out of 5 mean? Well, let me explain. So there are 5 different expertise, and I'll show a graphic right here on the side here. Boom. And you can see there's damage, evasive, speed, accuracy, and health. And 1 is damage, 2 is evasive, 3 is speed, 4 is accuracy, 5 is health. So if we're looking at this one, you can see it is 4, which means it is an accuracy pirate as well as an air pirate. So an air and accuracy pirate, if you want this pirate, that's something you want to consider when buying. If you buy a second pirate, I would suggest having a different affinity and a different expertise. Currently, the expertises I would suggest buying to do best in the gauntlet is either a damage or a speed expertise, but that can change by the time you watch this video. So hop in the Discord, ask some questions. For now, I would say focus on damage and speed, so that would be expertise 1 and 3. So that's my personal opinion, and those are the ones that I am on the lookout to buying. Alright, so the next thing you want to look at is the chest claim tier. So if you see there's a pirate that is 7 out of 7 chests claimed, that means if you buy that pirate, you're not going to be able to claim any chests for holding it, which can or cannot be a big deal depending on which kind of player you are. If you're the player that just kind of buys the NFT and holds it for a long time and doesn't actually play the game, then you might want, one that's 0 out of 7. That way you can claim the 7 chests and sell them on the market. And if you don't really care about that at all, I would suggest, kind of just ignoring the chest claims. If you want a chest, you can buy them on the market. They're really cheap and they shouldn't make too much of a big difference when buying a pirate. And then the next real thing you want to look at is the level here. So leveling up your pirate in Pirate Nation is kind of easy, getting the XP needed because you just do a bunch of quests, but actually leveling up requires a lot of pirate gold, and pirate gold leveling up gets really, really, really expensive per pirate. I know getting up to I think it's past level 20, you're spending 2,000 pirate gold, and you can average out about 750 pirate gold a day just doing the basic swap the decks. So you can do the math there, and you can see you're going to need a lot of pirate gold to level up. So I would suggest looking for a pirate that is a high level, that way it's already leveled up, and then also looking at the affinity and the expertise to finding one that you like. And that's pretty much the main things you want to look at when buying a pirate. And that's pretty much the main things you need to know. And if you were to buy on Blur, so we'll go to Blur here, and on Blur you can actually kind of search by the affinities over here, which are not labeled, which is a little bit annoying, but you can also search by the expertise ID. So if you have that chart handy, you can search on all the different ones. I know one is damage, so I click this and all of these pirates are damage pirates. Then I unclick it and I click 3 and all of these are speed pirates. So that could be an easier way if you don't really care too much about the affinity, which it looks like there is one right here. So it looks like there's 2 traits for affinities. So you can actually do really easy searching on blur. You know, you could do damage and let's go lightning, and boom, you can see all the damage and lightning pirates. Or you can switch it to earth and you can see that, and air, and you can filter out to whichever affinities you want, as well as expertise on blur. So blur might actually be the easier way to buy pirates and filter out for what you want. So feel free to use blur. And also if you hover over on the thing, you can also see a bunch of different stuff like the level. You can see dice rolls, which is important. You can see the chest claims. You can see a whole bunch of different stuff. And I believe if you actually go down over here, you can find a chest claimed. Here it is here. And you can actually search. So if you do 0 chest claimed, you can see all of these pirates here have 0 chest claims. And you can see that one of them is slightly over the floor price. But if you buy one of these pirates here, you can see 0 chest claimed. And it is a level 8 pirate. So it's not too bad of, you know, a buy. And it actually looks like the expertise is 1. So this is a damage and water pirate, level 8 with 0 chest claimed. So this actually isn't half bad of a pirate. Not financial advice, but I would probably buy this one if I was looking to buy a pirate, just because I like having the chest claimed. So that is something to keep an eye out for. So those are pretty much the 2 areas to really look for when buying a pirate. Again, I'll just do a quick recap. You want to look at the affinity, the expertise, the level, and chest claimed, and go with whatever one you want. So now I'm going to jump over to something where, you know, people who like to buy NFTs, they tend to like to buy multiple NFTs. And if that's the case, if you plan on buying, you know, 5 pirates, or you have the budget to buy 5 pirates, I would actually suggest you buy 4 pirates and then 1 pirate ship. And I'm going to explain why that is, and you'll see the reasoning behind it in a second. So first things first, you know, filter whatever 4 affinities you want. You can find the 4 cheapest out of the 5 here. Expertise, I would suggest trying to get 1 of each. You know, if you want all affinities and all expertise, I believe it's 25 pirates total to get 1 of each. And I know people have done that. I think I have 1 of each, but I'd have to recount just to make sure. So I would select 4 different affinities. That way, when you do the gauntlet, you can pretty much counter anything because you have all of the different counters. And after that, you know, instead of buying the 5th pirate, what you should do is go over to the ships area here, click on the ships, and it'll bring you to the OpenSea page of the ships. And I would actually buy a ship. So if you're buying ships here, you can't buy a skiff. These are all soulbound. So just ignore that and look at the galleons, the sloops, and the frigates. And there's also the rogue galleons, which are special ships. And I'll do a video about that and the overworld galleon. But if you can't afford those ones, don't really bother looking at them. Look at the cheap ones, because it's better off to buy a cheap one. So if you're looking at the pirate galleon here, if you watched one of my other videos, you'll know it has 3 slots where you can combine stuff. The sloop has 2 and the frigate also has 3. And you'll also notice that the frigate has more health than the galleon, and then the sloop has the least amount and the galleon's in the middle. So if I was making a suggestion, I would say buy a pirate ship that is the frigate or the galleon. That's just my personal preference. Probably the frigate if you want to do the best for like in the gauntlet, but a galleon also works. It just kind of depends on what you want. So I personally use all the ships for all of them. I've tried out every single one, and personally I think the pirate ship that is the frigate is the best of the sloop and the galleon and the frigate. So I would suggest buying a frigate, and if you don't want to pay a price, this steep for a frigate, hop in the Discord, ask around. You'll probably be able to get a frigate for a lot cheaper than this. And there's always people looking to sell ships. And you might be wondering, why would I buy a ship when I can just buy a pirate for the same amount? Well, if you actually play Pirate Nation game and you do the gauntlet, you'll notice that when you do the gauntlet, you get these chests. So you can get 4 gauntlet chests every single day for completing the gauntlet. And in those chests, it gives you the items you need to build more ships. So if you have a ship right off the bat, you can start producing your second ship even faster. So you pretty much will be able to build another ship, I want to say the earliest in like 2 weeks, and you could have another ship if you get really lucky with RNG. If not, maybe 3 weeks and you can build your next ship, or 4. You can also trade to get different plans you need. But if you don't buy a ship and you just buy 5 pirates, it's going to take you like 1 to 2 months, maybe 3 months to build one of these ships. So if you value, like 2 months of playing time, it's a lot better just to buy a ship. And then, when you make your second ship, you can put it on the market and get some cost back of your initial buy-in of the frigate or one of the other pirate ships. So that is my advice when, joining into Pirate Nation. So again, if you have the budget for 5 pirates, you can buy 4 and get a ship. That is what I would suggest. But then again, you can also do 3 in a ship or 2 in a ship. It all really depends on your play style. So pretty much, again, a recap. If you have a budget for just 1 pirate, just go for the floor. If you can buy 3, I would suggest maybe buying 2 and then a ship. And then if you have like the price for like 5, I would say buy 4 and a ship. And then, if you can afford much more, then, feel free to buy as many as you want. I still do strongly suggest you buy a ship when you first join in. So that's pretty much it for this video. Again, it goes over pretty much everything you need to know about when buying a pirate, the things I look for, the things other people look for, and just kind of overall tips you should look at before you buy a pirate. Obviously, do your own research, and this is not financial advice. But if it helps, let me know. Leave a comment, message me on Discord or anything if you need help. And I'll try to help out anyone because I want everyone to get the best deal possible. And I hope everyone has fun playing the game. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Yarr!